Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-August 2025 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have from us, it's what I call the bridge and the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll get the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. After that, we'll pull oracle cards to help with the bridge and the gap dynamic. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so while I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left is your energy and the cards on the right is the other person's. If you feel it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Six of Coins. So this is Taurus energy here, and if we look at the artwork, we see the snow in the background, which makes me think more of the artwork from the Five of Pentacles in traditional tarot. And then if we look at the person's facial expression, they definitely don't look that happy, right? So to me, this says this looks like you had a falling out with this person in the past, and it's possible that you tried to extend an olive branch to them in the past, or maybe vice versa. I do feel like it was more of the latter scenario, though, just from what I'm seeing on their side. But yeah, it looks like there was probably an attempt to get things back on track in the past, and it just didn't go over very well. Right. Past energy on their side, we have the High Priestess. So seeing this energy here is part of what makes me think it was a little bit more likely that you might have been the one who was trying to extend the olive branch and get things back on track between the two of you in the past. But seeing this here, to me, shows that they were probably more relying on their intuition to guide them around what to do with the situation, and there probably wasn't direct contact between the two of you recently in the past. Alright, present energy on your side, we have the Princess of Arrows. So this is the equivalent of the Page of Swords. So yeah, it looks like there's a desire on your part to come forward and communicate to this person. And when I see the butterflies there, I always think of that old saying, butterflies in your stomach. So there could be some nervousness on your part around coming forward to communicate with this person. But it does look like there's also a lightness and an energized vibe around this energy as well. So yeah, it looks like you will be coming forward to communicate with them soon. Present energy on their side, we have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, so it looks like they're actually going to meet you there. So it looks like they're also going to be a lot more willing to communicate. And seeing these two energies in the present for you guys compared to what we talked about in the past, could be as simple as the fact that you guys have had Mercury retrograde in your relationship house recently. So, that's just wrapping up now. So it could be as simple as that. Maybe you guys had a bit of a falling out during the Mercury retrograde and now it's starting to wrap up here. You might be able to get things back on track. All right. In the near future position, we have the Seven of Coins. So I do have to say this is Taurus energy again here. So this could also be something that you might feel with this connection at times, where you might have the genuine desire to move things forward with them, but then you might also feel like this connection has its limitations, so maybe you might feel like the two of you might be on different levels when it comes to maturity or something along those lines there, to where, you're like, okay, I think we could build on this connection, but you also wonder, like, okay, is it going to reach a ceiling and then we can't go any further, or is it worth to keep putting the effort in? All right, future energy on their side, we have the Knight of Cups. So yeah, so it's like more genuine effort will be made on their part to connect with you on a more emotional level as well. So yeah, it does seem like their feelings are genuine. I don't know if they communicate those feelings maybe as well as they think they do, but at least it does look like there is that desire to express those feelings to you in the future. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have Innocence. So this is the equivalent of the Fool in traditional tarot. So yeah, could just be saying that ultimately you might still decide to make that leap, right? Even if you feel like you have your doubts every now and again, right? Maybe even if you guys did have a falling out at one point or another, there is still this desire on your part to actually take that leap of faith and try to move the connection forward. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Magician. So yeah, so it could just be saying that maybe in some ways they might have been the ones who were able to get the communication between the two of you to open up again. So even though it looks like you might be the ones coming forward, technically with that Knight of Wands energy, it could just as easily be the other way around. But yeah, it could just be saying that in some way they might have been the ones who helped open up the energy for the two of you to reunite. All right, we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. I'm just going to give this a few shuffles, then we'll cut the deck and pull a card. Okay, and take this card here. Next, I'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle deck, so I'm just going to give this a few shuffles next. Alright, and we'll take this card. Alright, so first we'll take a look at that Messages of Love card. Alright, we have Apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. So that's interesting, right? Because I was saying it looks like in the past there might have been an attempt at an apology extended, and maybe that didn't go over so well. So yeah, it could be as simple as that. Maybe for some of you, if you were the ones extending the apology, maybe it'll be a second effort made and it'll come across better, right? Because like I said, it could have been as simple as maybe Mercury retrograde things causing things to blow out of proportion. But if not, it looks like there's definitely positive energy on both sides in the present, so it looks like there's much more openness to get things back on track. All right, and from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Between Worlds. There's the artwork. The number is 3. We'll see what this has to say. All right, it says, this is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? Because that makes you think of what we talked about with the 7 of Coins energy, where you might start to ask yourself, like, okay, can this relationship go further, or is it just going to reach a ceiling to where we can't really take it any further? So yeah, I feel like this is saying, just stay open to the possibilities there and try not to push for an outcome too soon. But I hope it never resonates with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.